Hey, today I'm back to answer one of my favorite nutrition questions that clients ask me all the time. Does fat really make me fat? So let's start with the simple answer. No. Eating fat in your diet will not on its own make you fat. As we know from last week's tip, the only thing that will help you lose weight or in fact gain weight is either a calorie deficit or a calorie surplus. So therefore, fat alone cannot be the single cause of you gaining weight. But before we delve any deeper, let's turn back the clocks to the 1980s, when the USA was starting to struggle with an obesity problem and partnered with lots of nutritional scientists to try and answer that question. Studies at that time were showing that the addition of excessive fat in an average person's diet may lead to weight gain. At the time, this seemed like a suitable reason for the ever-rising figures in obesity. So the government created a healthy eating plan which was to lower fat in most people's diets. And they rolled with it. This carried on, entered popular culture, and has stemmed into what we know as the low-fat diet culture that we see today. It was even picked up by some massive health foundations at the time and was advertised far and wide as the best way to get fit and healthy. Since then, we've learnt a lot, and our governments have even tried blaming other food groups for similar problems, but that's a topic for another time. What we do know now is that fat on its own cannot cause you to become overweight. As we mentioned before, the defining factor as to whether you will be gaining weight is whether you are in a calorie surplus. So let's take a moment to think about how fats in your diet may cause you to become in a calorie surplus. When we break it down, there are three main macronutrients that make up your food: carbohydrates, protein, and fat. Something that we know for sure is that fats contain over double the amount of calories than carbohydrates or protein. Therefore, if you are to consume a lot of foods higher in fats, you will probably be consuming a larger amount of calories, which may tip you into a caloric surplus. Now, that's not to say that you should never eat foods higher in fat. It's absolutely okay to include higher fat foods in your diet in moderation. However, something I try with my clients is swapping out foods they enjoy for similar foods with lower calories, and low-fat options are often a good substitution for those foods. So to sum up, will fat make you fat? No. But be careful of your portion sizes when you are eating things higher in fat. Eat them in moderation and consider swapping out foods higher in fat for lower calorie alternatives if that suits your lifestyle. Until next week, bye!